What's up, folks? This is Brad, Really Gaming Mole here, and this is just a random idea I felt like I should pitch to. This is going out to the company of Namco Bandai, and really the team behind SoulCalibur. This is generally a game idea I thought of in terms of the next SoulCalibur game. Instead of continuing the story, or even if you guys decide to continue on with the storyline, however it goes. Instead of removing characters or killing off characters and changing one character style or another, instead of doing that, like, why not do like a Tekken tag tournament style, like not a tag based fighting game, but instead make the next SoulCalibur game to have all the fighting styles that have been long forgotten or been pretty much removed from SoulCalibur altogether. And I say this because you guys have jumped back and you guys are making SoulCalibur 2 HD. And it was like, wow, that's a great idea to do. I still want to see, like, I still have fighting styles of SoulCalibur that I totally miss, like Huang's fighting style, Suing Mina's fighting style. I miss the old school Lizard Man, not the double axe and not axe and shield Lizard Man. I miss the sword and axe Lizard Man, and I miss Sophia not Cassandra, because the new guys that take up SoulCalibur, just to me, like, while they're great, to me it's just not the same as having the old cast. And there is the whole thing about change, but I do want to see the old school cast like come back for maybe like a big big character mashup game of SoulCalibur. I want to see the old school styles like Yoshimitsu, like the old school Yoshimitsu, the old school Cervantes, the old school Siegfried stuff. Like, I want to see characters like that. And I know one of the biggest things that I do miss was Mitsurugi's, like, one of his stances where he has his sword sheath. I want that stance back in terms of SoulCalibur, because I miss the old, like, every time I play a new SoulCalibur game, or every time I jump back on SoulCalibur 5, I end up missing the old school stuff. And in terms of guest characters, you don't necessarily have to bring the guest characters back because of licensing issues and whatnot. Instead, how about avoid all that and make a generic character, or do like you guys did in SoulCalibur 5 with Devil Jin style. Just have it be a character moveset that you can create a character model for. Like, how about just make a generic character model and have that character's moveset, and there you go. And I know this is asking for a lot to happen in terms of SoulCalibur, because that's a lot of data to input, and SoulCalibur characters usually have like a ton of different moves that can be used. I would complain about the current system of SoulCalibur 5 and how I dislike the guard impact system, but that's another story for another time. Like, this, generally what I just said about having all the characters like come together for one big SoulCalibur game, and not like SoulCalibur Legends or whatever that old GameCube title was that nobody liked. It wasn't a Wii title, I don't remember. I never played it, and I heard it did pretty bad. Like, just bring in all the characters that have been in the SoulCalibur series and just bring them, like, get them all together into one fighting game. I've seen other games that have like tons of characters, even 3D fighters that have tons of characters, like well over 60 different characters in a fighting game, and it's 3D, and I'm like, wow, that is a ton of characters to pick from. So I think it's possible, and it might take a long time. I just figured this is an idea to pitch, And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of people I know out there that have a similar idea like mine, or have the same idea as mine. So if you guys are out there and you randomly come across this video, or someone pitches this idea to you, please take this into consideration, because this is what I want to see in the next SoulCalibur game. I would definitely buy it. I would throw all my money at it just for the console and the game itself, even if it's the only game that I would have for that console. With that said, this is Brad Reed, Gaming Mode, signing off. I hope you guys listen or take it into consideration. So please do so at some point in the future. Thank you.
The legend will never die.